Man should not rule over man. Let knowledge rule again. The book of light, book of books, and savior of mankind. Aum.
Okay, dear friends, it's very hot and I sit here almost naked, but that could be good for the fact that I reveal to you the naked truth. And that refers to some people, many people who are obviously confused. I don't want to insult them, but they are confused. But I could set them straight with the Book of Light, Book of Books, Savior of Mankind. They say the earth is flat. Well, first of all, let's start with the teaching from the Book of Light. The earth is neither flat nor round. It is, if you take the oceans away, it's like a potato-shaped structure surrounded by atmosphere. So, where do I begin? I mean, glory to the Book of Light that we have this. Look, there it is. Moment. I must show you the Book of Light. I'll show you. There it is in the distance. Biggest handwritten English book of the world. There it is. No, never mind. Next time I speak from it directly and you. But we want only to convince people by facts. So, now there are physicists who find it shocking that many people around the world believe that the earth is flat, was flat, and will be flat. This is how the Bible people, want to regain power and say, no, the Bible is right. It says the earth is flat. The Bible is not right. If you take it literally, it's not right. But it has some truth. Okay. What could we respond to that? Now, I have here excerpts from the Book of Light. A man, a rapper called Bobby Ray Simmons, he started to crowdfunding, excuse my bad English. I was 10 years in LA, but now I'm back to Germany. Now, he was a vocal proponent of the flat earth theory. He wanted to seek evidence that our planet is a disk. And he raised $200,000, later up to $1 million, sending one or more craft into space to help him to find the curve. You nut. Just rise enough above the earth and you find the curve. Okay. Now, that may have seemed like a public stunt, but, the Bible people said, finally, you find somebody who said the Bible is true. Okay. Now, the Book of Light teaches that I have some Sanskrit translations here, which I always translate concerning the curvature of the earth. Now, there is a man called Ashley Landrum, a psychologist, who said if they were trolling the flat earth, they're very good actors. Okay, let's forget that. And the idea, glory to the Book of Light, the idea that the earth is a sphere was settled as being correct by an ancient Greek philosopher, Aristotle. When he lived 300, 400, 300, he lived BC, 84 BC, something like that, a little later. But this theory came then up, and he proved that the earth, of course, is not really round, but it is, if you take the atmosphere and the waters away, it's like a potato. The earth is a potato. He obtained Empirical evidence. You know what empirical is? It means like by awareness, by consciousness, by self-awareness and experiment. After traveling to Egypt, and he saw new constellation of stars. Now, Eratosthenes in the 3rd century BC became the first person to calculate the circumference of the Earth, and Islamic scholars made further advanced measurements from about 9th century AD after Christ, or Christ. Book of Light teaches there was no Jesus as taught in the Bible, but anyway. Now, today's flat Earth believers are not the first to doubt what seems unquestionable. The notion that the Earth is flat resurfaced, so to speak, in the 1800s as a backlash of scientific progress. In that way, you see, the Bible was fighting. They said, "Oh my God, they found out that they're believing in nonsense. The Earth is flat." And there was a proponent, Samuel Rowbotham. He proposed the Earth is a flat, immovable disk, centered at the North Pole, with Antarctica replaced by an ice wall at the disk's outer boundary. Now, there's an international flat Earth society. I call them International Fool Society, Research Society. It was set up in 1960 by Mr. Shenton. Yeah. And I'm British eccentric. Okay, but when the internet kicked in, the idea began to bubble up again. And believers were not ready to turn into knowers. Glory to the Book of Light. And there were discussions that sprouted all over. Iti maya shrutam. Janasti paradharmaha. No religion is higher than truth. Now, there were different disagreements and so forth. The Book of Light friendly and lovingly scoffs at all these insane ideas. Yeah? But they're spreading more and more. Why? Because people believe in conspiracy. Yes, there are conspiracies in the world, no doubt. The Book of Light reveals them. The Book of Light has knowledge in it that is even forbidden to be spread. One book costs $2,500, and I make not one penny with it. $1,250 euro printing and 1,250 euro binding. This is a huge book, huge. There's about 40 pounds. They have to sew each page. Okay, let's forget that. There is a conspiracy mentality, dear friends. It is linked to science denial. And yes, there are many things. There's a conspiracy, and scientists want to enslave us, many of them. I know that, it's true. But when I see the Sanskrit translations, it shows also the Sanskrit translations, the one language that, according to the Book of Light, will return, and then we forget the other language. What is the proof that the Earth isn't flat? I refer to a McIntyre work in 2018. He went in 2018 to the Flat Earth Conference in Denver. unlearned cooks were presidents of the Flat Earth Society. Okay, now he presented some evidence that the Earth, of course, is not flat, but Book of Light teaches it was flat as a sphere. It will be flat again as a sphere, but now it bulged. So, let's start with the Foucault's pendulum. It's a device named after the French physicist Léon Foucault. In the 19th century, he hung a heavy 28 kilogram, almost as heavy as the Book of Light, a brass bob from a 67-meter chain in the Pantheon in Paris. Vous savez de quoi je parle? Je parle de cet système qui est possible de prouver que la Terre est pas flat. So, such a pendulum can swing in any plane. It changes direction during the course of a day. The course of a day. The course seems yielding directly evidence to the Earth's rotation. Dear friends, I feel sorry for the flat earthers, but I don't feel sorry for those who spread this nonsense. They make millions. And simple-minded people follow that stuff. Okay. It hasn't stopped flat earthers who, some claim that all Foucault pendulums are fraudulent. God. And the museums are using magnetic coils to turn the plane of the pendulum's rotation to make the Earth seem to rotate. When will you wake up to the truth, the Book of Light? There's another phenomenon that proves the Earth is a spinning globe. The Coriolis force. It acts perpendicular to the direction of motion of a spinning mass. We don't even need Book of Light for that. Book of Light just points. Book of Light also says science is mostly ruled by insane people. Yes, but here, okay. This force, the spinning mass, leads to cyclones, to cyclones, swirling clockwise in the southern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. Now listen, clockwise, southern hemisphere, counterclockwise, northern hemisphere. Yeah, the direction of winds. It also impacts ocean currents. My dear friends, there is a deep critical thinking coming from the Book of Light, so that you should wake up from this insane theory that the Earth is flat. And the Book of Light explains why distant skyscrapers are visible despite the curvature of the Earth. It's called mirages. I have explained this so many times. And some argue, no, mirages show upside down. No, not all of them. These not. Good. There is from McIntyre's perspective of Earth conspiracies as a danger. I try to be friendly. What else could we say without insulting these dear but confused people, flat Earth? Well, dear friends, in order to understand fully why the Earth is not flat, but a globe. By the way, all beings on Earth have global structure in the head, which is androgynous, but this is too occult for you, for most of those. Study the Book of Light. You will understand the true meaning of the Bible and that the Bible never taught that the Earth is flat. I love you all.
On earth have been cried. See the million children of hunger they die. See the rich man smile and the poor man starve, showing his fist to the God above, asking why? But for every tear that's been cried on earth, there's an angel in heaven who always cares, and each feeling of love that comes from the soul in heaven's world, it will shine as gold. He wants you to know that you're part of his plan, and you feel the pain if you don't understand. But once you open your heart to his truth, never-ending glory is waiting for you. He'll be there for you. So for every tear that's been cried on earth, there's an angel in heaven who always cares, and each feeling of love that comes from the soul in heaven's world, it will shine as gold. Just an illusion. One day you will see that there is only the reality of love, So wherever you are and wherever you go, he will never ever leave you alone. And if you're feeling down and low, he will give you the power to carry on. That's been cried on earth, there's an angel in heaven who always cares, and each feeling of love that comes from the soul in heaven's world, it will shine as gold.